we can start again if you wish to begin that recap once more, Henry. That would be great.
Alrighty. So we get back to Summerton, and there was the place was being destroyed by the zombie horde. Two places were completely destroyed: the Anchor's Rest and the Boron Datrium, whatever it is. Is that right?
Yeah, he's a barrister
Mm-hmm.
or lawyer
Yeah.
or solicitor.
Boron Datrium.
Anyway, yeah. So those places are destroyed, and there's all sorts of damage kicking around there as well. Is that someone turning up?
Probably an owl.
Anyway, so Haradnai decides it's the best time to leave the group, since she's somewhere where she can safely get away from us. And yeah. And then Sean takes Saran to the Pious Way for healing and to discuss training. Sean talks with Kindly Ollery. The Lords of the City is now missing, and there's a reward for finding him. He also offers a bed for the party because the town is going to be pretty cramped and crowded at the moment because of all of the damaged buildings and the refugees from the zombie attack. And Sean basically says, yeah, we'd be happy to stay here, but settles Saran in for the thing, and then heads off to find the rest of the group who'd gone to the Sly Wink. So while Sean was off doing that, they were at the Sly Wink, which was very crowded, and it turns out that everyone's chilling out there because of the damage to the rest of the town, and they've offered the Sly Wink beds for the refugees, and there's no place to stay for the party anyway. They bump into the friendly chap Willibrod, who's always happy to see us. He mentions that the rumours are that the contagion stemmed from the Obelisk, not from the other rumours, which were that a zombie had been brought into or smuggled into the city. He doesn't really think that the smuggling story is legit. He thinks it's more to do with the Obelisk. He had some dealings with Kingsley. He's looking into a group just to understand what's going on with this undead in the valley, forming it to work out what's going on with all that. And he also says there's some power plays in town as the Count is missing, and it's likely that there'll be some sort of shenanigans about who's going to take over ruling if the Count is not found.
The son or the captain.
Yep.
So Sean and Minerva, Sean and Minerva head to the Sly Wink to catch up with everyone who was there and let them know that we have accommodations in Pious Way at the with Kindly Ollery. And then everyone agrees to head back there, but they decide to go shopping on the way back, as we do. We went to the Arms and Armour place where everyone put down orders for horrific amounts of armour and the rest of it, and they're told that it'll take 3 to 4 weeks to be manufactured, which is convenient because it's going to take that long for Sean to level.
And for the to heal.
You are still really quiet, Al.
Okay,
yeah,
I'll try something else.
I've already got you set to 200%.
Yeah, pretty high.
Plan B.
Plan B, don't talk. Use the chat window.
Shout. But quietly so as not to wake Night Taker.
Yeah. Okay, so we head into the Tennyson's Curiosities to look for some elven armor, but it appears to be closed. As we're leaving, there's a sign on the back a sign for special people. I'm assuming it was elven, which said "Open back of the keep." So the group decided to head off.
Yes. Definitely Elven.
That is definitely a racial slur.
Elven, they say eyes darting to and forth.
Yeah. No, that's what it is. That's what it is.
It's not like it
Any rate,
can't be
Minerva-
anything else.
oh, I've obviously missed something there. Or might have been before my time.
Nope.
Minerva and Lenza decide to go off and do something by themselves while the rest of the party goes back to Pious Way. And then in the back of the inn, Minerva and Lenza are shown some shiny items. A cloak and a frog fencer taxidermy, which they will sell for a large sum of money. At Kindly Ollery's, Siobhan is made comfortable and treated carefully. We basically regale what's happened around town, and we start to settle down. Vadra of the Raptors bursts into the room and drags Kindly Ollery off. And there's a whole bunch of stuff. Margrave Boar, a dwarf, was supposed to be in the room, and Ollery claims that she's unhinged, but he assures us that we don't need to know what's going on. Nothing to see here. That's all I've got. Minerva was MVP, Sean was AVP.
I might. Can anyone hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
coming through
Yep,
pretty clear.
that's better.
Okay, yeah. Plan B headphones. So we also pointed out that Dradora's still in town and wants to see Sean. I'm sure that'll end well.
Mm-hmm.
It will. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. That was also mentioned, yes.
Yep.
Cool.
All right.
So that's
Yep.
where we are. I believe you are all back at Kylie Ollery's.
Yep.
I'm going to move everyone. I've put your tokens that are actually attached to your character sheet onto. I don't have access to that one because I put your character sheet tokens on here so that you have access to your bars, etc. So your little bubbles, so you can update stuff as you go. Alright, so if I put that into controlled by me, I should then be able to move Siobhan. Right, there we go. You might want the NPCs as well, so tokens, so I'll just chuck them on there as well, so anyone who wishes to update HPs and stuff. That's the main reason for putting them on here, I guess. And we also would like to have so much stuff in Aaron's folder. Okay, so all the characters and NPC tokens should be off to the side. Okay, so that's where we are. You did have the run-in with Vada of the Raptors in the monastery for Kindly Ollery. That's where we left it.
Good.
Back to you guys.
I think we're going to go into sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And you can
Tomorrow I'm
rest.
planning on checking out the obelisk.
Okay, so you can rest. You can do whatever you want that night. Blah blah blah. Anyone who was injured, I don't think anyone is, but if you are, actually, it looks like there might be a couple HP down. No, everyone looks to be good. Why does Shiro have plus to his hit points?
Mm?
He has 22 out of 19 hit points.
Oh, that's because I just rolled HP for him. I haven't updated
Cool.
the 19. That's on his token, I assume.
Yep. That's fine, not a problem. Okay, so yes.
Burb.
Ah, there he is.
Okay, so in the morning, Siobhan is going to be healing. Is Sean intending to start training?
assuming there's well, that's right. Yep, Sean will start training.
Was
How much money do you need for that? Oh, you had enough, didn't you?
No, I didn't have any money, but we took it out of the thing last time.
Yeah, we
last
need the letter of credit was the.
Okay.
That's how we are mostly paying for this.
kindly accepted the kindly accepted the letter of credit.
Would he be willing to do that for Minerva as well? If she stays here and trains?
no, he can't because he's not training her.
Yeah. Well, okay.
But I'll just say you can use the letter of credit because you can go somewhere and you can cash it in if you absolutely must.
At the
Yeah.
camp or
So
something.
it's fine. You can utilize it as a source of income to utilize for training. So Minerva is going to go train as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So Minerva and Sean are going to train. So organize how long it's going to take. Post that. If you can post it in the chat window, if what type of training you're going to do, how long it should take, and how much it will cost. Just so
Isn't there a wiki page with all that information on it now?
yes, which was pretty good, except you missed all the custom characters. But you know, I won't be too hard
It was
on you.
1 o'clock in the morning, wasn't it?
It was impressive. So for everyone that you included, you'll get a bonus XP. So fantastic. I mean, it was, the fact you did it at that point in time, I haven't gone to confirm it's all right. I'm assuming it will be. But the fact you went and did it at that time of night was, you know, nuts. So thank you, kudos, well done. There will be a reward coming your way. Don't you worry about it.
I took away 2 trogs from the 100 trogs that were going to attack you. Everyone say thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, those 2 orcs could make the difference.
Okay, so Minerva's going to be training for 28 days, and it's going to cost her 704 gold.
Yes. If everybody's good with that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Leveling up is good.
Might give you so much.
Okay, so Siobhan healing, Sean, and Minerva training.
Oh, wait, 26 days. Whoops. Sorry.
This is a good opportunity to organize some downtime things if you want. You can go and start doing some other roleplay stuff if you wish as well. I will try, I guess, in these situations without a backup character for Henry to instantly slot in and start doing stuff, or Craig if he was going to do things. We'll try and, I guess, push through this. This is one of the advantages to having some backup characters as well. It means that your characters can go and do things in downtime for them. The rest of the group can continue, and you can just kind of slot your characters in and out. So, if you do, as a group, wish to, or individuals within the group, wish to look at that going forward, then that's probably going to be beneficial for yourselves as well as the rest of the group as well. So what are the plans? Does anyone have any downtime things that they would like their characters to undertake?
So when you're training, you can do nothing but train.
Correct. And if you do anything at all, it resets the training.
Yep.
Well, I feel we should probably. I know it's not downtime stuff, but we should probably at least make some effort to find out how the zombie turned up and what happened to Lord Castellane.
I mean, yeah, that was going to be my plan essentially, is just to try and figure out what the hell happened while we were gone, and because we got plenty of time to stay in the city.
That sounds very non-downtime though.
Yeah.
But you can, I guess, like, because Sean wants to do slow training, so that's, going to blow the time out. That's fine.
10 days.
Yep.
Well, we're kicking around here for a while for Siobhan, aren't we?
Yes, but Siobhan is also a new addition to the group and could be considered to be expendable in terms of staying with the group. So you don't need to bind yourself to her, especially if Craig is going to be unreliable.
All of them were deceived, for Craig had created another character.
Mm-hmm. He's got a ranger.
Tentaculous. Who is an artist of sorts.
Oh man, if only.
Uh,
That would be amazing.
Mind flayers don't exist in the valley, do they?
Not that,
Not as far as we're aware.
as far as you're aware. So yes, this is again I mean, the question did get asked many months ago about how to work downtime into it, and I said, look, we can come up with something. We never really developed anything substantial, but I did say you guys can offer things. Now, you want to do some investigation? Sure, that's fine. We can look at that. But again, you shouldn't feel obliged as a group to try to say, oh, well, because that character is going to do this, we have to do X, Y, and Z. Consider the fact that you can still do other things. One of the advantages to having secondary or tertiary characters, etc., you can kind of slide them in and out of the story, and that's one of the reasons why we introduced Shiru a while back. Because if we do get those additional characters, and I can introduce them as acquaintances, etc., then you do have that option, I guess, to have the group move in a kind of fluid motion. And it also means that you don't have to be bound to a single character concept. If you do like the single character, fine. I'm not going to say you shouldn't do it or you should do it, whatever. It's just an option. Anyway, so if you don't have downtime, that's good. We can still kind of work this around. Sean has 10 days of training, so if no one else wants to do any other downtime things.
Kruber, I have not read the retainer rules, and I'm totally not distracted trying to create second character. Kruber would like to go to an orphanage and pick up a puppy. I mean, a squire retainer, who he will train until he graduates or he needs another one.
You can do trials. You can do trials for 10 days and pick the best minion for what you want. So you can be like, if you want him to be a ranged minion, you could, get a crossbow, take it down a range, see who's good.
Hear me. He could go to an orphanage, see the kid that's being
dodge a
picked on by all of the other kids, and be like, "Look, is it going to be that much worse?"
Yes. Yes, it would.
Minerva has a list of kids. Recruit one of them.
So
why am I not surprised?
So here's the thing. This is for all of you as well to understand a bit about retainers. I mean, so you haven't read the retainer rules. That's fine. They're a little bit ambiguous, but that is kind of the point of the rule set.
What? First ed rules are ambiguous?
Because the whole point is that it's more fluid rather than static. But that's fine. What it is you approach someone and make a reaction roll against them. But you do so after you make an offer. The better the offer, the more chance you got of having the be positive. The worse the offer, like come with me if you want to live. And they're like, there's nothing going on here at the moment which is going to be a threat. Then that makes it harder. So you give them the offer, you make the roll, blah 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 blah. If you are successful, then you might be able to take them on board as a retainer. So that's what happened with Erin, and it's what happened with Kukale. Okay, so you would be at the same situation. Now, if you want to go and do something like that, then you could come up with an offer, and you could make, for example, one offer a day. Okay?
Yeah.
So if you wish to do that, by all means, we can do that. You would have to come up with the kind of role or kind of offer that you think would be appropriate to these guys, other than come with me. I mean, when I say other than, it could just be as simple as come with me and I'll train you, and that might work. Or it could be come with me and I'll do all this stuff for you, blah, 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 blah. I'll braid your hair, I'll sing lullabies to you, whatever.
No, Kruber as a kid of the streets was going to go to an orphanage, be like, you're getting picked on.
Yeah.
Out there, it's a tougher world, but
That's
Hey,
fine.
I made it out. You might.
That's fine. If you want to go and get a kid, by all means, then you can look at that as the offer. So I'm just trying to explain
Yeah.
what you need to do.
Yeah.
So what's Kruber's charisma?
Depressingly high for how I play him.
Yeah.
8.
Oh, 8. Oh, that's fine. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's one.
That's fine.
I was gonna say 8 isn't that high. You play him perfectly. I also have 8 charisma.
But you've got the elf tax on that.
He's got the Oz tax.
Yeah.
No, the elf tax.
Fantastic. Amazing.
Amazing.
Amazing. Cool. Okay, so let's look at it then.
So 2d6.
So is your offer going to be, come with me and you won't get picked on as much, but you might die?
You might die, but you might become a mighty adventurer. I'll also be paying for your bed and board and taking care of those aspects, and I will be training you myself.
Okay, go for it. Make a roll.
2d6, yeah?
It is, and add your modifier.
No, well, I didn't do that.
Ooh.
-1, or +1, sorry. So 12 would be a no thank you.
So 12
my
is the potential retainer acts so negatively to the offer that he spreads negative rumors about the PC, which results in a +1 to the roll on any further reactions to hiring rolled on the table above while recruiting in the same town or area.
I cannot
There's an
possibly
orphan
imagine.
talking shit about you.
No,
That's
no.
amazing.
I cannot possibly imagine what the rumors are going to be from said orphan.
Well, it's just he's realized that there's someone he can divert attention to. He doesn't want to be picked on anymore. He wants you to be picked on.
He can try. Oh, here we go. On the other hand,
He
I
wanted,
got
he wanted to use me for sparring practice.
Yeah, I got a ranter. Just before I walk off, I will turn to the other crowd of boys and be like, I don't know which one of your mums is Martha, but the things he said.
I mean, you probably don't know what happened immediately
No,
after you spoke with him.
No.
so-
I think his reaction tells me it didn't go well.
you probably accidentally stabbed him or something. I mean, Jaquan has in the past rolled lots of ones.
I'll teach you how to use this knife. Oops.
So yes, that was an impressive. Cool. So that
Kruber's
means
here to tell stories, not roll well.
so Kruber has spent the day, putting his name on FBI watch lists.
Indeed. I'm not allowed within 50 foot of that orphanage.
Most likely. That was an impressive effort, I must say.
Yep.
Okay, so that would leave then Hypatia and Lenza to do stuff. What were they going to be doing?
Sure, as the incredibly skilled mundanes of the party, let's go have a look at the obelisk.
Yeah, are you considering, like you were saying, the others downtime, or is that just will be more active role?
Bit of both. It depends what you guys do. So we can go there and, I mean, it's not an issue. The others can catch up, I guess. Let's take you guys to the obelisk. No. So when you get to the obelisk, you'll notice that the area around all this, because you avoided this area coming into the city, it is marked with a bit of flame scorching. There is some serious damage to some of the buildings. One or two have actually collapsed under duress. But there is signs of what was possibly some form of running battle throughout. There's like dings and scratches and chunks taken out of places, smashed windows, broken doors, quite obvious debris. So it's not that they're completely unlivable, but they are mostly being repaired. There are some that are quite damaged, and the damage around the obelisk seems to be significant. There is a small group near the obelisk, and you recognise one of the group as Shiro, who is kind of looking the obelisk up and down. It
Sorry,
seems
looking the obelisk up and down.
looking. He is
Aaron's character.
Yeah.
a different
This is
character.
Shiro. He's serious.
Different character. He doesn't lick. He sniffs. he consumes with the eye. And what are you doing? My dog's just decided to get a bit agitated. Anyway, Shiro is there among the small congregation that are around it. The obelisk seems to be undamaged. It is unmarked. There is no indication that anything untoward has happened to it, basically, at all. The runes that are on it are just carved. They're inert. They're not glowing like some of the runes on some of the obelisks do. Yes, looks like some kind of rock. Mission complete.
Excellent. So it doesn't look really any different to what we've seen before when we were here.
Correct. That said, the one person in the group or in your little congregation that investigated the most closely was in fact Mark.
I'll note congregation is the wrong term for us. I believe we are a conflagration instead.
Sometimes you hit things instead of burn them.
Yeah, it sounds better than a murder of hobos, right? Right.
Yep, so there you go. Shiro can now.
Oh, well met. Where's the rest of your group? What happened to them?
Oh, that's okay. They're not even dead yet. They're training and healing up. You know that Siobhan, the lady, she's convalescing, which is good. She definitely needs some rest after that little incident.
Yes, I hope she's getting very good medical attention. I wonder if they have any dwarf healers in town.
It's entirely possible. So you now I recall you're a bit of an arcane, master of the arcane arts, aren't you?
No.
Well, it's Oh, you're divine. Alright, I keep forgetting.
Arcane. Disgusting. I'm gifted with the god's blessing.
Craig has advised that he will not be on tonight because he has some issues he's dealing with.
Cool.
I hope they're sorted swiftly for him.
I can't decide if this thing is a curse or a blessing. It stands here undamaged, surrounded by devastation.
Interesting.
I believe that's probably because it's a magic rock.
I sort of have a look around. To my eye, does it look like if any of the surrounding damaged buildings have been damaged by an explosion emanating from the obelisk?
What do you have to allow you to have such a discerning eye? I mean, your secondary skill is baking.
Yeah.
If only we had somebody with like an unlimited ball of twine so we could trace trajectories.
But yes,
I wish the twine was red now.
That said, you are still a competent and experienced fighter. And no, you do not seem to believe that the devastation surrounding this area emanated from any singular point. In fact, it looks more a case of perhaps, people were running around with torches, fighting in the middle of the night, and errant flames got cast upon buildings. That would be your best guess.
Yeah, flames are the wrong place, say, Lancer.
I don't know what you're talking about, clearly. But yes,
Fire is a divine gift.
It doesn't seem like I guess I'll have a look at it. I guess the words. Do I get the same impression from looking at it, Grail?
Yes.
Yep, cool.
It doesn't look like there was any kind of devastation emanating
Projecting
out
outward,
from here.
Yeah, from the I mean, that's good. At least we know it wasn't like the obelisks aren't going to blow up too much anyway.
So, okay, so complete or marked. Devastation around it.
As you are standing there, conversing with Shiro and trying to determine what may have happened, the small congregation parts slightly. Excuse me. And where is he? Where is he? There he is. He dotters in to the group. Hello.
Oh god.
So, what a pleasure. How
Yeah.
are you? I see that you have. Well, does he look uninjured?
Yes, he looks exactly the same, other than the fact that he is outside of his shop.
What happened to Belly?
You're not there.
Hmm.
You're off
We'll
being
never
inappropriate at an orphanage.
How long can that possibly take?
It was taking all day.
15 years.
Ooh.
Yeah. What? No. Do I know you? He will say, nodding towards Shiro.
I don't believe we've ever met.
Hello. Yeah, I run an alchemist shop. Yeah, yes, you should. Your friends here have come in a few times. I believe you should come and buy from me. I make the best munitions in all of Sumberton.
I like to trust in Dwarven's. I thought.
What?
I thought.
What's that?
Dwarven steel.
No. You can have both. I think. Anyway, you should definitely come. So I'll expect you. Yes. What happened around here? He'll say, looking around, like aimlessly.
Did you miss the commotion that happened here?
Commotion? What? Oh, I'm talking about. They've mowed the grass. There's not as many people around. Odd. But I haven't come out of the shop for some time. I was just going to go down and see my good friend the Lord Castellane. Yes, I haven't seen him for maybe 2 years. I thought it's about time I went and said hello and had a cup of tea with him.
You have picked a bad time. The city was recently attacked, and unfortunately, Lord Castellane is missing.
Attacked?
Indeed, I gesture at the. It's obvious that there's like burnt out stuff and signs of struggle.
Yep.
Yeah, so I gesture around and like I say with the burned out buildings and stuff. Yes, there was quite a bit of a commotion here.
Oh. Who attacked it? Was it? It was the mercenaries. I heard tell it was mercenaries outside. Yes.
Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. They left off.
They retreated, beat back by the valiant defenders of Sumberton. Excellent. Yes.
They found something. Sages.
But no, I didn't even notice that this place had been attacked. my eyes aren't what they once were. You know.
Yes, evidently. I say, Linda says under her breath.
What was that? I beg your pardon.
Oh, nothing. Just muttering to myself.
Did you ever use that fire lance that I made? I would be very interested to see how it went in the field to see if I could make more.
We have not had a chance to use us in the field.
Oh.
Yes, but we definitely plan to when there is something sufficiently threatening enough to use it on.
Oh.
We will happily report back when we find something like this.
Okay. I thought that I had asked you to go and do it for a reward. Oh, maybe I didn't. Well, if you
Well, you shall have your results in good time.
excellent, because I have other prototypes, and it's hard to know which ones to really invest my time in.
We could look at some more of these prototypes in your shop, considering it's a little hard to have people with more tactical at the moment.
Excellent. Anyway, I'm going to go see my friend Lord Castellane now. So you have a nice day, and I will see you in my shop soon. Bye bye.
Indeed, you too.
And he will totter off.
Which way is he going?
He's going across the bridge this way. Oop. If I
This
get
way?
yes.
Ah.
Let's not disturb.
But he knows where Castellane is. Shouldn't we follow that guy? He seemed really creepy. And Castellane's missing. So
He hasn't been out, as he said, he hasn't been out of his shop for like years, literal years, and he has no concept of what's going on at all. He still believes that Castellane's still around. So
Okay.
Should think we should follow him to see what happened. If nothing else, we'll get a good laugh. Unless there's anything else you can think of we can do around here. I mean, it's been a week since this thing happened. If there's any,
Are there runes in the obelisk or anything like
there
that?
are runes. Yes,
do
sir.
it.
As I mentioned, they were etchings. They were being carved in, but they are inert. Unlike some of the obelisks around the globe, these ones are not. This is a sizable obelisk as well, but
In the crowd that's there,
there might
if
be
we
about 10 people.
questions, were any of them around the night that it
No,
happened?
no, most people are off the streets at night. There's no reason to be on the streets at night.
Maybe we should check at the keep. Maybe there's some guards that were on patrol.
I mean, yeah, there was obviously some kind of struggle. So someone would have had to have seen this.
Did you get my message, Julian?
Yes, that's fine.
And in Messenger?
Oh, you sent me one in Messenger. God, I don't have that open.
Oh, okay.
Hang on a second.
whisper it to you if
No,
you'd
no,
rather.
I'll just go and open it now. Bear with me as I do such a thing. Okay, that's fine. So you're saying that it is finished, are you?
Sorry, back in a couple of minutes.
All good.
Well, roughly finished.
Cool. Okay, let's see if I can do such a thing. Okay, let me just bear with me while I do such a thing to help out NEVYN. Excellent. Okay, almost there. Oh, no, that's not how I do it.
Oh dear.
What?
It wasn't that bad.
What wasn't that
Well,
bad?
He was
Yeah,
kind of the next
in
person we
Discord.
were going to investigate anyway.
Who was the next person?
Rare son.
Well,
Oh.
yeah.
Yes. Nevin. Save changes. Edit. All players.
That's true. It's good to know that it's not doing anything different to what it was doing before, I guess.
Yeah, that's a start.
It's not warm to the touch or anything like that.
Nope.
Cool.
Look, I think to really test it, you're gonna have to lick it.
Why? Sure has never licked it before. He wouldn't know what the difference is.
One of our friends licked it.
What was
It
that? Den sent?
did.
Back. Cool.
He's back.
Alright, okay, so you do notice, however, among the group. Ooh, almost fell off my chair then.
Nice.
Dexterity 3. Ah, yeah. There is a large bearded man wearing pelts and looks completely out of the ordinary. Doesn't look like he's from around here. He seems to be almost very curious as to what's going on and was potentially even eavesdropping a little bit on your conversation.
Question
Yes.
to Grail. Is his name Mysterious Note?
Yes. It's just Note, but we find him mysterious.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
It is, and it's a keening note that it's mysterious.
Ooh.
Yes, so hanging around near the
Step on him.
obelisk,
Legit.
yeah, clearly does not look like he is from around here because they look like he would be sweltering in them at
Cool.
times. I mean, it's not particularly hot, but it does get, humid at times, and it's, also it's just ungainly. Crazy.
Mm. So where would he come from? The island,
The
the
north.
ice, the white continent? Wait, do we know about that? We know about the world, don't we?
So if you, I don't know if I've updated the white. It's possible I have not. The white it is actually updated in 1 or 2 locations. The world. The white. Okay, so the white is updated in the wiki with the information that generally is known. So I can
It
read that.
crawls with the undead. It crawls with the undead.
It does. I can read it to you to save you all having to go read it if you want. Okay, so it says, the white is a desolate, dead land. Little, if anything, lives upon its surface. Even trees and other plants are either non-existent or they stand in dead forests, bleached and stark like an ancient field of bones. Even the sand and stone of the continent is bleached. Only a handful of settlements exist, and they are mostly small, hardy groups of adventurers and miners huddled together on the periphery of the landmass, for the white crawls with the undead. It is unknown why the white is so dead and why the undead exist there in such numbers. The white is nothing but a footnote in the history of the world, its predicament predating the reckoning of the gods as far as recorded history. Rumour and myth abound about the white. As the continent is dead, it is rumoured that there exists within the centre a mighty, vast, and utterly dead city of unique design and majesty. There is no proof of this city, no record to be found. Yet the majority of those that know of and speak of the White, often in hushed tones, believe legends to be true. Some say that this is the ancient home of the Eight, when they walked upon the world and their attendant races served them. 201, the various religions claim that this is blasphemous. Even the crazed madmen of the religions of madness hold it as false. The White is rich in many minerals, and platinum and electrum is found in many veins that run through the lifeless terrain. But the mining of the resources offered is highly dangerous, and many have lost their lives or minds in the search of riches. That is general information about the White. So, does he come from the White? It's possible. I mean, you get lots of crazy-looking barbarians from many places. There are people that still live in the Wildlands, which is to the south. Sumberton is the last great city before the Wilds. There is also the wastes to the very north of the land, and there are other areas throughout the lands which, because since the reckoning of the gods, which occurred some 300 odd years ago, many of the civilizations were blasted and people have reverted to a more base manner of living. So you can find barbarian tribes basically wandering in most areas. The kingdoms and the empires that once existed pretty much no longer exist anywhere. They are instead more now city-states, self-imposed, defined little kingdoms and pockets in the darkness and wilderness. So he could come from anywhere.
Cool. Well, I guess I'll walk to them. Hail there!
Is there a particular reason we would talk to them, apart from the fact that they look weird?
And that Henry has a different profile pic.
And that, spoilers.
I mean, it's up to you. You did come out here to investigate something.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, you can ignore the obvious intro to a potential new character. It's up to you. This is, to coin the phrase used by Henry just very quickly there, shoehorning. But then, really, when it comes down to it, every character is kind of shoehorned into the narrative at some stage, in some way. Some a little bit more clumsily than others. Consider this: I rolled a 2.
Excellent. No worries. But continue.
So he's just
Alright.
wandering over to listen to what we're doing?
He seemed to have been investigating the obelisk and the surrounds, and then when you had your little conversation amongst yourselves and also with Rhea-san, it seemed that he may have shuffled a little bit closer, even a little bit surreptitiously, but obviously not his strong suit, being deceptive, and it was kind of obvious that he may have been eavesdropping a little bit. He seems to have been interested in particular in regards to the fact that there was some discussion about an attack upon the city, and he seems to have noted or been looking at similar type things that you were, the devastation around the area as well. He is.
Please have a funny accent. Please have a funny accent. Please have a funny accent.
He is armed and armored. Wears a mail shirt, carries a battle axe and a spear, has a bunch of different little accoutrements upon his person. Again, clearly not of this particular area, but he could just be from, the next neighborhood over. You'll have to find out. Or not.
Well, who knows what this deal is, so let's find out. Hail there! You seem a little out of place here. Have you been here long?
I've
Really?
been here a while.
Oh. So were you here during the? Perhaps were you here during the attack?
No, I wasn't here during the attack. I heard of the attack, and I decided to investigate. I do not like undead.
What
Oh.
what language are you speaking?
This is a
Um,
good question. What languages did you take?
I don't know. I'm still building my character.
Okay. Did you take trade talk or central? Otherwise, it gets difficult.
Yeah, I'm going to assume that I took trade talk and then some language which you'll never understand.
So if you
Okay.
have a look at, so let's say, assume you took
C++.
trade talk, Fortran.
Python.
See, Python felt too easy.
Okay, then machine code. How's that?
Turbo Pascal.
Compiler.
Old school.
Languages, there we go. I've been trying to do this character whilst we've been talking, so
Fair enough. Does he have any holy symbols on him?
he does not.
Okay.
Unless you call... what is it? Unless you call scars holy symbols, no.
Okay, so if you have a look under creating a character as well, it will list starting languages. So
Yeah.
you are human, so you start with no bonus languages, so you don't start with any automatically, but you get 2 languages that you can choose, and you can choose from Bardic Runic Inscriptions, Central, Green Tongue, Northern Manish, Sea Chant, the Dark Tongue, or Trade Tongue. They are the languages with which you can choose automatically. Then if you have a higher intelligence, which may or may not be the case,
Nah.
so you can choose from 2 of those then.
Well, trade tongue's going to be one.
Hmm.
Kind of would have been hilarious if you had him taken 2 languages that
None of you
I
guys
speak Northern Manish and the Green Tongue.
No, he speaks English and bad English.
Uh,
If you want to do that, I've got a half-built character too there for you to introduce, Grail.
I think
See if you can roll a 1.
that's probable. I think that if he did take English and bad English, you'd have to ask, like, what happens when I see you smile? Did that go over everyone's head?
Negative. I
that
am a
sounds
meat
like a-
popsicle.
That
That
was
sounds vaguely familiar.
bad English were a really bad hair band from the 90s, and that was their one major hit.
Right. Yeah. That-
But I believe that if I try to introduce your character, I might roll a -1.
Ooh. Hey, I've suggested we kill Henry's new character for lols.
We're not just attacking some guy in the street.
No. You're like, clearly this stranger is the cause of all of our problems. We must offer him as a sacrifice. I jest.
How far through is your secondary character?
They have no gear or hit points because I need to roll those in front of you.
They have a name, they don't have a class or a level.
Oh, sorry. They do have those. I just haven't filled them in.
Ah,
I know what it is.
I don't know. This guy seems pretty cool. Maybe he can help us investigate town.
He certainly seems motivated.
so Henry's
Yeah.
character was about 95% complete rather than half complete. Yours is about 5% complete.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm looking for loyal recruits for the great house of Jiroka. So, you should sign up with me, buddy. You seem handy with an axe, maybe.
Or a spear, perhaps.
Yeah, I can handle myself. His trade talk is not very good. It's fairly broken. It's obviously a second language to him.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, he can understand what you're saying, but that's a bit of a battle.
So he has a funny accent.
Yes, he does, but I can't do it.
You just got to say "bork, bork, bork" every couple of minutes. No. Pretty good.
Yep.
Oh, do a South African accent. It's so easy.
I get in trouble when I do that.
Yes, same here.
Right, we're having South Africa CoastCon sometime.
There's a reason why I try not to do too many accents when I do role-playing characters. I do tones and stuff like that. They generally devolve into a racist Indian stereotype.
Yes.
Yeah, or
I-
they just hurt your throat.
Either that, or like in the 5e game I'm playing in, I introduced my lycanthrope barbarian, and I had every intention for it to be Swedish, and she sounded drunk Russian mafia.
Hey, Drunk Mama is great. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's a great accent.
bet no one else was doing it.
Ah, that's
Oh,
amazing.
Russian's not bad.
There you go. Go Russian.
Yeah, Russian it may be.
It's always good
I
when
try.
you
Yeah,
get to say,
baby.
like in the Russian, when you get to say "Dragon." Go fight Dragon.
Although, hearing your Russian there, I might need you to use the phrase "moon-faced assassin of joy" as often as possible.
Who? Henry?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know this moon-faced assassin. Do speak.
Wow, we lost Al.
Yes. All right. Well, have you got a place to stay? What's your name? Big man. How big is
My
this
name-
guy?
He's pretty big.
Oh.
Let's say 7 foot.
7 foot's
Holy
monstrous.
dooly.
yeah.
So,
New plan.
okay.
Shiro no longer talks to him. He's
Let
too-
me just rephrase that. You didn't see an unusually dressed man. You saw a giant.
Yeah.
Unusually dressed giant. Okay.
Shiro will
won't be
strain
silly
his
then.
neck. He has to walk backwards to
A
get
shadow was cast across the valley.
So
No,
I
I
was
like it. I love it.
no, I was
It's
joking
amazing.
about us killing him before. All I'm now saying is we do have a distinct habit of killing big-sized things and scalping them.
Giants have a 50 gold piece per head bounty.
Right?
Oh, come on. He's awesome. Keep him at 7 foot. It's amazing.
No, I exaggerate. He's not 7 foot. He's
Okay.
6'11".
But he wears 1-inch platforms.
Actually, it would be kind of amazing if he was only 6'6", but wore 6-inch platforms.
He could be like Gene Simmons
Oh,
with his
so
platforms.
his tongue is a reach attack?
Well, I'm just talking about his, platforms.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
Okay.
Which could choose.
Mm-hmm.
So where did we get to before we started jesting?
Hi, how's it going? You try talk. This is good. You don't like undead. This is also good. So now since you are, well, if you are an expert in undead, perhaps maybe you can help us because we're trying to find out how this started. Do you need anything? We've heard some information that this obelisk is perhaps something to do with it, but this thing's been here for a long, for a long time, and it's never done anything like this before that I'm aware of. Have you? I don't know. Do you know how zombies and as far as we know, they're zombies. Do you know how they spawn? How they could spread their their pestilence? I suppose.
Just quick question, Julian. I'm assuming he may know something about that.
zombies tend not to be able to spread their malignant bile. They are
Yeah.
inert. They are created by magic. They are not a curse that spreads. Generally, you know, and when I say generally, that's the answer.
Okay. So, but being from where he's from, he would know a fair bit about this topic, I'm assuming,
Could it have been ghouls instead or whites?
along with his secondary skill that I've taken, which I'm not sure if you'll accept, but at any rate.
Let's have a look what secondary skill you took. You took
Plot knowledge.
Is that
Yeah.
Bunny Driver?
Let me see if I can
totally.
come. Let me see if I can come up with a secondary skill which could be all-encompassing. Secondary skill, God.
one of the ace. It's in disguise.
Avatar. Yeah,
I
it's not.
thought I was the only one. You guys are too?
That's.
Oh, what a relief.
We can work on something. That's not probably an appropriate actual secondary skill. Secondary skills are things that,
I know.
yeah, they're things outside of your adventuring career. They're like common trades.
I know, but looking at where he's from, there's
Yes.
not a lot of common trades.
Yes, there is. Because
There's mining.
there's things that surround those encampments. They don't. You wouldn't actually go out hunting them. You'd be more defending against them. So
We'll work on something there.
yes,
Page 21 of the advanced companion has a list of secondary skills.
and you can come up with ones that aren't in that list.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that he suggested again falls outside of the purview of what a secondary skill would actually be. We can come up with something that's fine, but yeah, that wouldn't be an actual secondary skill.
Can he take Undertaker, and does that give him a bonus to grappling?
Or attack with improvised weapons.
I never really liked the WWE.
No, but you got the reference.
I
which
did.
is-
The last time I was really into it was when it was the Ultimate Warrior and Junkyard
Oh,
Dog
wow.
His secondary skill then would be kayfabe.
and
Yep,
Rowdy Roddy Piper. So
that is a while ago.
yes,
Ah,
yes, it is. So yes,
Alright.
I mean, yeah, you can have something we could probably work out which is going to be in
Nah,
line
pick
with it.
something now.
Let me have. That's cool. But from where you're from, yeah, look, there's nothing that you would be aware of. Again, the standard, everyday, manufactured zombie is a single entity of necrotic and necromantic dark arts, not a plague or a curse that spreads.
Yeah.
I mean, there could be other things that can create them, sure, but they themselves don't create others of their kind.
Yep. Okay.
Did you say that?
So in response to your question, to my knowledge, this is not likely. But I am not knowledgeable on this topic. As far as I'm
you-
aware, they do not just breed or contage or transmit to each other. They generally dark magic.
Okay. Yeah, I've come across a few zombies in my time, but yeah, that's definitely nothing. Yeah, nothing. I didn't know much about them myself, so yeah, that's a tough one. So, where do you hail from? You seem your armor seems more suitable for colder climes. You're not from the
I
north,
have
are you?
no place. I have no home.
Well, you must be an adventurer then.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps you. So how long have you been in Summerton for?
I've been in Valley for a few weeks, but heard of Summerton's problem recently. I have been here only 1 week.
I guess you must have turned up.
I have not found much
Oh, that's
information.
unfortunate.
People do not talk to me. I think they're afraid of my giant height and
Well,
huge abs.
So modest.
He can crack walnuts in those abs.
oh, yeah. Well, those are must say those are impressive abs. You know, I heard of it. I heard this wild legend of this bandit leader who took control of some sort of bandit tribe by killing the old leader with on his abs. Maybe you could do that.
I approve, Al. I approve.
Still, well, so you were here a week ago. That's when the attacks happened. I presume you came afterwards. Did you see them cleaning up any bodies or anything? Did they?
There was cleanup, but you know, they took bodies and burnt them, which is good move.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah. It probably just to make sure, but still, it doesn't leave us much to work with. Okay.
I mean, who are they? Is probably the important thing.
Well,
The guard.
presuming the guard or the garrison or the things, you know,
Beetles.
the local coppers, beetles, yeah.
Yes, the people in uniforms that look all official and such.
All right. Well, perhaps we could. Well, I sort of talked to Lenza. So, do you want to? Well, what do you think about the? Yeah. Shall we let this bloke tag along? What's your name, by the
If
way?
we're going to investigate.
I would help you. I do not like the undead, and for the time, our paths probably go in similar fashion. I am Niven, and you?
I'm Hypatia de Logan.
Lenza.
Not here.
Shiro Jiroka.
Disembodied voice.
He comes over and shakes your hand with a giant meaty paw.
Shiro stands as far away as possible, which isn't very far, with his arms, just so he doesn't have to crane his head as far.
Yes. I return the handshake in kind.
Shiro's a dwarf?
No, he's a gnome.
A gnome.
He is a very large gnome, but he is a gnome.
Fair enough.
He's 4'4".
Nevin drops down on one knee and holds his hand out.
Oh, you sir are a gentleman. I embrace you as a brother. We shall find this foul undead and destroy them in the name of the Eight.
That is the plan.
All right. So perhaps we could. You said the men in uniform. Perhaps you said the men in uniform were whatchamacallit, they were
Beetles.
burning the bodies. Perhaps we could. I believe that would be the garrison. So let's maybe you should see if we can talk to them and see if there's anything useful they can tell us.
Before we meander off and do that, were you saying something about Rare Sun and investigating that person?
Well, that's the other option, because well, yeah, I sort of look at my turn and say,
We have
What's it-
suspicions that he may have been harboring some kind of undead within his shop. Nothing.
Harboring undead.
it's a long
He-
story, but
It is a
Is
long
he
story.
in thrall of something?
Unsure.
honestly,
Hmm.
I think he keeps it as a pet.
Keeping undead as a pet. He seemed crazy, but not that crazy.
He's pretty crazy.
Does anybody else work in his shop?
Yeah, now that I think about it, I think there's like, well, I'm not sure working is a too strong a term, but I think there's like some short human or a halfling or someone who's like a test subject, a tester or a taster kind of. So I think we may have someone may he may do other stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has some sort of assistant from memory.
Hmm. Well,
You know, maybe we should let's just have a look. I might hang on. Let's just go look and see if he's manning the shop. Maybe we could maybe we could have a chat to him.
I mean, he just wandered away from it, so
Well,
he
depends
meant
if
the assistant.
yeah. See if he's keeping the shop open. If not, we'll come back later.
Okay, so you're going to go
I mean,
up
while
the
we're
road
here.
to Chimera Inc. So,
limited.
yep, so you're going to there to there.
Yep.
Now I've got to create another token.
Oh, the horror! It's almost like you
The-
asked us to make new characters.
Along the way,
Don't be
we
a
see
smart ass, Oz.
we see like the signs of the running battle going through the streets. Now,
Correct.
this house isn't like destroyed or anything, but is there signs of damage on
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Just not-
There's stuff.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
And
Just
when
not
we
s-
get to Chimera Inc., is it damaged?
Nope.
It's completely untouched.
Yep. Except that there is a boarded up door, which you think that seems to be. Oh my God! It's been smashed in the fight, etc. But everyone else remembers that it was boarded up before. And there seems to be some kind of hulking shadow just on the other side of it.
Hmm.
Does it have a bell on it by any chance?
Hard to tell unless you walked through.
Just have a. I sort of pressed my ear against like the door or the window or something. Do I hear like some sort of? Yeah.
Does that what does that sound like? Does that sound like undead?
I'm not sure.
It sounds like heavy breathing.
Let's just knock and see if somebody comes to the door.
Yes, that would be the plan.
Sure. I knock on the door.
Okay. Ding, ding, ding. You hear a bell ring. Impressive. You knocked, and a bell rang out.
Sweet.
But the
Can
door
we open
doesn't.
this door?
You can.
Oh, open the door.
Okay. On the other side of the door, about 5 feet from it, attached to the wall by a short, thick, heavy rope, is what appears to be a large, semi-mobile, very undead-looking half-orc with a bell attached to the back of his head, and he's trying to get to the door and struggling to do so. And this act is causing his head to bobble around and ring the bell.
I turn to the newcomers and say, it's kind of weird, but there you go. At least it
Yep.
seems they were not the cause of this because they're still in the same shape as we found them earlier.
Is this
Yep.
Is this something that goes on in Summerton? Have I ever heard of people
No,
keeping zombies?
This
This is definitely just this random old crazy guy's thing.
This is a very. I'd be interested to look for signs of necromancy around here because it was maybe he just used arcane powers to keep the fighting from his door, but surely someone so foul could not possibly be blessed by the 8.
Sure. I mean, we can have a quick look. Well, why
You don't
not? I
mention
don't.
dark clerics.
I guess we could. I mean, there's certainly been no, of our dealings of our some. We had some dealings in the past, but it's never seemed to have any sort of, I suppose, divine connection. I mean, he's more like an alchemist kind of person to the uninitiated like me.
Yes, he has a habit of making explosives and other volatile substances. Some of
Is
which we
there
some of which
is
are
there
not.
stuff around here? Like what's in this room?
It is a large-ish room. Has a bench at the back. There are a few shells, etc. There is the smell of like some kind of bitter, sulfury kind of acidic, metallic thing in the air. In fact, the air itself feels kind of gritty and almost burnt. The floors, the walls, the ceiling seem to have a kind of a grime upon them as well, almost like a very thin layer of some kind of particulate ash type matter. The rest of the room seems to be empty apart from this unfortunate doorman. The behind the counter is like a beaded curtain. There was no one else in the room. Upon the shelves, there are small little pots and files, etc. Hard to tell if they contain anything without going up and having a close inspection.
Lindsay will say, like, I wouldn't touch anything if I were you. It's these things are not the most stable.
Yeah, lots of experimental stuff.
Again, useful sometimes, or other times not so much.
Is there another door leading out of this room?
No, there's just the curtain.
The curtain. Okay. And there's no like trap door on the floor or anything like that?
Not that you
Or
can see.
carpets?
You'd have to start doing a real thorough investigation to find that if that was the case.
Yeah, I mean I'm sort of looking for magic circles or something like that. So yeah, I think I'd be investigating the floor for those sort of things.
Okay. Anyone else going to do anything?
I guess I guess I have a look at the half orc zombie and see if there's any signs that he's been let off his leash recently.
Has he got any
Like the
wounds?
last. Yeah, that's a good point. Wounds, burn marks, signs of.
How close are you going to get to
complication.
him to investigate this?
Not within arm's reach.
Okay, so it's hard to tell. There is no clear and obvious signs upon him. He is wearing, clothes, but he is a zombie also. So there's cake, gunk, blood, mucus, slime, festering grime, pus. Signs of being a
Okay.
zombie.
Yeah.
Don't zombie where you eat.
You kind of have to skirt around him a bit to get into the room as well, since he's able to get within about 4 feet of the door. He can almost reach it.
Yeah.
If he does get in my way, I'll just use turn on him.
Okay.
Get back, Valbeing.
How is Nevin reacting to this scene.
Nevin is not happy. He is looking at the undead monster and drawing his large morning star.
Ooh. It's
It's
got
a-
a morning star as
And
well.
it is a particularly pretty picture of a morning star.
Ooh.
Are you intending
What
to?
is our beast doing here?
We don't know, honestly.
At that point, you start to hear a sound coming from behind the beaded curtain that appears to be some kind of rolling of small wheels or something upon the wooden floor.
I think that's his assistant.
And the beads will then scatter to the side as something comes through them, obscured by the bench. And then it rolls around. It looks to be half a man, or was half a man perhaps, upon a small board that has wheels set beneath it. And he pushes himself along with 2 blocks. And he sees you. What are you doing here? Shop's closed.
The door was open.
No, it wasn't. It was closed.
The door was unlocked, I think is how my companion meant.
The
Yeah.
lock is broken, but the door was closed. The shop is closed. Come back when the master is here.
What
Oh.
is the meaning of this beast?
That's
Why is it standing here?
That's Belly. The doorbell. Didn't you hear it ring?
Yep, we sure did.
Right. Mission accomplished.
Look, we need to ask you one thing. He hasn't been. Has he been? He's been here this whole time since the attack. Since before the attack.
What attack?
Oh
That
god,
you've
you haven't
been
been
out-
outside either.
You ever been outside in the last week?
Well, like this? I don't go outside.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair enough.
I don't even. I rarely come through the beads. What do
Yeah,
you
no.
want? The master is not here. The shop is closed.
Yes, we saw him on the way past.
Then why did you come here? Oh my god. It's full of idiots.
Sumberton was recently attacked by what people are calling.
Oh my god, I don't care.
the undead.
You hear a disembodied voice saying, "She is speaking from the 8 itself now. Idiots, idiots."
Do you wish to turn up here after your unfortunate issue with the orphanage, Jaquan, since you knew where they were intending to go?
Yep.
Cool. You can turn up outside Chimera Limited, seeing the gaggle just inside the door, hearing the raised voices, and seeing a giant of a man with a drawn weapon.
Is
Oh,
it
hey, Kruger,
Mark
how you going?
or Lenza who did it this time?
Neither of us.
Oh, hi, Kruber. Kruber met Nevin. He doesn't like undead, which it's a bit awkward at the moment.
Fair.
So I turn back to the mobility impaired person. So, okay, we're gonna get out of here. The only thing we need to know is, has he been let out within the last week? Does he stay there in the last week? That's what we need to know.
Has who been let out?
Well,
Belly.
Belly. Yes, Belly.
Do you think we're idiots?
Well, I
Your
bloody
master
hope
might
not.
be.
Otherwise, you'd be all dead by now.
Oh my
You have this monster in here. You are idiots.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
doorbell.
It's a doorbell.
And you know what? It keeps the thieves away.
Yeah, I can see why.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you
Sorry
done?
again, Mark.
Yeah, well, Lenza will apologize and we'll start leaving.
Alright.
The master purchased this doorbell / guard system / whatever you want to call it legitimately.
Interesting. So
From
he's got
where?
a bill of sale. Weird.
I don't know. I'm not the master.
Indeed, we shall come back when he is here, and we'll stop bothering
He's
you.
looking like he is getting quite agitated. He is
Yeah.
swinging his arms around in a very vigorous manner and almost manages to topple himself off his wheeled board in the process.
Cool. Oh, Lenza
Alright.
will move out.
It's
And
fine. We're leaving now. We're done here.
Right. If you want to
Fine.
come back and buy anything, the shop will be open tomorrow,
very well.
I think.
Cool. We'll keep that in mind.
Mark, before we go, I want you to know, with how we've been leveling up, that brother you were always so interested in is probably super tough now. Peace out.
Peace out.
Were you directing this to Belly?
Yeah. That's the only person who had a brother that he was constantly
Look,
wondering about.
I was wondering how subtle our crew was being.
Not at all.
Apparently, the
Kruger.
answer is not at all. Yes.
Yeah, weird that Kruber knows another name for the zombie. Does he often talk to zombies?
Not that often. Let's go, Kruger.
Okay.
Only ones he knows.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool.
So I think we can agree that Belly here clearly must have driven away the other zombies from this area, which makes the alchemist very lucky. In fact, you could possibly say that he was saved by the bell.
Oh. I saw where it was going, and then I was like,
Can
"It'll
I
be
punch
better."
him?
No, it won't.
Excellent.
I mean, you can try.
All right. You have vacated the premises, I guess.
I mean, unless
yeah, that's fine.
you guy really wants to make a scene, which is absolutely
No.
fair. I would if I was him, but
It's up to Nevin.
I was just looking to see if there were runes or something that had kept the building free of zombies, but I couldn't find anything. So maybe I'll ask Rare-san next time we see him. Although, quite frankly, I'd be happy not to see that guy again. He was pretty weird.
Yeah, he's
Nevin
yeah,
will leave the
weird.
building, but he won't turn his back to the zombie in the process.
So
Yeah.
he slides awkwardly out the door, keeping his eye on the zombie.
He's been with the
Well-
party for 10 minutes and he's already compromising on his deeply held beliefs. Hey, Henry.
yeah.
I thought you were going to stonk it.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna turn the zombie and leave.
Okay, make your roll.
Sure.
Well, he's not an idiot, and he's in a foreign country. That's not a bad roll.
It's
and
pretty
then I
good.
have to roll another 2d6 for how many hit dice.
Indeed. So you're level 4 cleric, are you?
Yes, I am.
So a level 4
Probably
cleric
that's
with a roll of 9 would normally allow you to turn up to a 5th hit die undead.
Oh,
Billy does
nice.
not get turned.
Oh dear.
Maybe Nevin's spidey sense is telling him not to attack it.
What's he been feeding him?
Well, out of character. One thing we don't know is the nature of his, how powerfully he was created.
Have we not tried to turn him before?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, cool.
I was going to if he got in my way, but he hadn't. But upon leaving, I guess he would have. So that's why.
Also, yes. Also, at the time, the other person at the time who would have been able to do that is dead.
DED.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Gravity is a harsh mistress. As are unsound structures.
As the party has found out multiple times.
Indeed. You know, this party has a bad habit of losing clerics.
Mhm.
Look,
Look,
kept
Grail.
Sean alive for a while now. We're responsible.
how
We learn
many
from our
have we
mistakes.
lost?
I think what you'll find is Sean is responsible.
How many have we lost?
Cleric,
Yeah.
3.
cleric.
Yeah.
Granted, Magnus retired for other reasons, but still,
That's
And
three,
how
three
many
out of
have
4.
we kept? 1.
one.
So
Starting,
I'd say that's still definitely a clerical error.
that's all you wanted to get to, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know,
I couldn't believe it when you were like, sure, I'm gonna let you give you the setup for that.
I didn't think you would stoop so low.
Of course he would.
Of course you would.
Yeah.
Humor's on the level of a dwarf.
Ah, you mean solid? Thanks.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, the group is together. Rumors are starting to spread throughout the city about the strange man who did things that should not be done in an orphanage.
I mean, that's all
Lenza,
very much.
Lenza turns to Kruger and says, "So how was your day? What did you get up to, Kruger?"
Well, sometimes you extend the hand of friendship, offering to reach someone out, and discover that the 8, in their wisdom, put the little turd in that spot for a reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, can't win them all. Especially if the 8 are involved.
Mm,
So,
Sorry.
that is, unless you want to do anything else, we can kind of expedite it. But you can do what you want. You've still got probably about an hour or 2 of sunlight left. Maybe a bit more. Depends what you want to do.
Well, unless we want to catch up with Ray's time, we can go cast the characters about the bodies.
Yeah, I guess that was going to be my suggestion. We should either go to the keep or the manor and try and find out, get an actual clear picture of what happened. Because I assume those 2 places might have a better idea of what's going on than just the random public.
Okay.
Yeah.
You also
Whether
have
they tell us anything is entirely different. But
you also have your individual tokens if you wish to split the group up and go separate ways. It's your choice.
I mean, splitting the party is always an excellent choice.
That's
where has
fine.
it gone wrong before?
Let's just go to the keep. and
Yeah, I
ask
think
them.
I think just go to the keep together.
Yep.
If Note's happy to come with us, then
Neville. Nevin.
Oh no, Note is his new name.
it says there right on the character sheet.
Yep. Mysterious Note.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mysterious.
Anyway,
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Ah!
So if he's willing to come with us, then
That joke was noteworthy.
I guess we'll head to the keep and try and see if they will tell us what the hell happened.
Okay. Position yourselves.
Is my armor ready? Can we go and get that on the way?
It might
It's
be ready
not
for
ready.
some time.
No, that's only
It's-
2 weeks,
It's
I think.
been 1 day of 28.
Okay. So
So
at
long.
the keep, like it has been in previous times when you have visited, there is many people around it. Seems to be probably not as many though. The garrison here seems to be a little bit more active outside the walls than they have otherwise been. Even given the fact that there was the mercenary encampment just to the north and west of the city previously, still didn't seem to see as much activity, possibly because that was an outside threat and there has recently been actual violence within the city. The gates to the keep, however, are down, are closed. You are waylaid as you approach said gate. The job signs and notice board still is vacant. It has not been added to. One of the guards approaches you, doesn't have a weapon out, but holds his hand up, obviously to get you to halt. What is your business here?
Hello. We have recently arrived back in Somerton, and we heard there was an attack by the undead. We were wondering if we could talk to someone who was there during the attack, so we could find out what happened.
It's under control.
I heard that Lord Castellane was still missing.
Is he?
Isn't he? There's a reward.
Issued not by us. If you wish to seek information about that, I suggest you find who posted that reward.
Okay. But we heard it was zombies. Can you confirm that? Did you fight the zombies?
I can neither confirm nor deny that. Is there anything else?
Ugh,
Apparently not.
political officer.
Wait. Can you not
Ugh.
confirm it because you don't know what zombies are, or can you not confirm it because that's the official stance of the keep?
No, he's a political officer. They can't confirm anything because their brains are very
And I want him
small.
to say that.
What is it
Very
that you're
small.
after? You do not have jurisdiction within these walls. What happened here is not your concern. You are adventurers, clearly. The posted board will eventually get jobs on it once more, and you can then work from that. You don't need to concern yourself. What happened did happen, yes, and it has been dealt with. There is no longer a threat within these walls. You can rest assured that the city of Somerton is safe.
Okay, cool. So you've worked out what caused it, and you've put an end to it. Great.
Absolutely, my little friend.
You are full
Ooh.
of crap.
All right then. Well,
Well,
we won't waste any more. We won't waste any more time.
no, we've got a friend
Yeah.
who is currently, I don't know,
You're
sleeping.
a champion. Shiro just gives him the thumbs up.
Who?
A friend who's currently sleeping, who I believe works for
what's going on.
Castellane. He means note.
Sorry.
Just one more thing. Does Sergeant Glee still work? Is Sergeant Glee still stationed here?
Yes? Why?
Well, you know, we are acquainted. It would be nice to talk to her, but obviously I gather she's probably not available. So we will take our leave.
If you provide me with your names and where you are staying, I'll let her know that you came a-calling.
Go for
Are we happy to do that? Sure, I will do.
Yep.
I will do
We're
so.
at Carly, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Very well. I will let Sergeant Glees know that you came calling, and that she will find you at Kindly Ollery's.
Thank you.
Good day.
You too.
All right.
As we wander off, Ellens will say, "Well, that was about as helpful as I'd expect from them."
Wow. Yeah, that was
Political
that's a serious.
officers.
I think I've had more. I think I've talked to more receptive city walls.
I'm just saying Belly was a better conversationalist.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear that, Kruber. I
So-
hear that.
Yeah, so obviously, whatever happened, they want to keep the lid on because they don't want to cause a panic or whatever in the city, which is, fair enough. If it actually was undead or something bigger of a threat than that, then I wouldn't want the people of Somerton to know that that an undead invasion could happen at any time. That doesn't seem,
Well, Yeah, and obviously there's and that's just speaks the tension between them and the Beatles and Castellane. And Yeah, so that's gonna be. I don't think we're gonna. You know, we can talk to Sergeant Glaze, but I'm not. I'm not expecting her to be super helpful, but we'll find out.
We possibly will have more luck with the manor with the former lord's retinue or relations. They seem to be much more willing to share information, especially if they are trying to find him.
Yeah, and you know, considering we have one of his former part-time agents in our party, that will
In our care, as it is now.
indeed.
So the fighting made it all the way across the bridge
It appears
to
so.
here. Okay. Are there any like how destroyed is this? Are there still people living here, or have they been displaced?
They've been displaced. Anywhere where there's like the
black
marks,
stuff.
it's basically people have been displaced from there.
Okay.
The fighting out here, does it look like it came from like across the bridge, or did it look like it came from the keep as
Hard
like
to
the
tell.
guard rushed out?
Hard to tell.
deal
It
with
was
whatever?
it was just over a week now, and there has
okay,
been
cool.
movement through the city,
Yep.
and
so, yeah,
there is
cool.
repairs and cleaning underway. So
Is
yeah.
there a dog at this house or this house or this house?
Possibly. Are you planning to wander over and find out? By the way, this house here is the bridge keeper.
Ah, bridge keeper. Would you
Mhm.
want to talk to the bridge keeper if they came across the bridge?
That is an official role.
Yeah, if we can find him, absolutely.
He might have a dog. Let's check the
He
bridge.
might have some information.
Could be like, border patrol with his do not pet the dog. Working dog.
Well, he's in a good position to perhaps have some information what's going on.
Yes, although there isn't a dog trainer in town. All right, yeah, let's go talk to that guy. He might know stuff.
What is this? Why do you want dog trainer?
The 8, the blessing of the 8, I can use it to commune with an animal.
Why do you
So
want to
even if the people are unwilling to speak to us, good doggo's good doggo.
Yeah, that's cool.
Easy to treat with a biggie.
Okay, so you're going to head to the gatekeeper's house. Okay. The gatekeeper's, or the bridge keeper's, not gatekeeper's house. The bridge keeper's house is kind of a bit of a rundown building. There is kind of a bit of junk and refuse in the yard. There is a small fence around it. The grass is long, hasn't been maintained. The sign that there is an official within here is flapping around on rusted chains, and looks like it could do with a bit of work. And as you approach, you hear a barking from within, and then a sit down, and the door opens, and let's put this in all players' journals. Staggers out.
Excellent.
He's got a. What do you want?
Oh, the bridge keeper.
Do you know Whiskey Pete?
What?
I just feel you guys would get along.
What?
He would now.
What do you want?
We just want to know about the zombies.
Whatever.
Across the bridge.
I hid from them.
You hid from them? What about your dog?
I didn't hide from him.
What was your dog doing? Did you keep him indoors?
He was barking. The stupid thing was barking all the time.
Yeah, I'd buck it undead too.
But what is it? It's too bright out here. He shields his eyes, takes a drink from his jug, realizes it's empty. Need more.
So, did you? So you heard about the attack and stuff. Did you see anything?
He
I,
just inside the house. He said.
I saw them. They came across the bridge. And they bit people. The people they bit, they started biting people, and no one came into my place, thankfully. But they could have. Stupid mutt.
Did they just look like dead walking humans, or did they have different features to that? Did they have like elongated claws?
I didn't
Or
get
fat
up and
head?
look at them. I saw what was
Okay.
happening and I hid. I'm not.
Yeah, so they were just biting people. They weren't like ripping people to pieces.
No. I'm not a brave man. Not anymore. So I'd hid. Okay. I'm not
Uh-huh.
ashamed to say it. I hid. I saw what was happening. They had those horrible white eyes,
White eyes.
and I saw the first one get bit. The guards, garrison, came out and met them and pushed them back across the bridge. But quite a few of them got bit as well. Even their armor couldn't save them. He wipes his face, throws the jug over his fence into the river.
Best bridge keeper ever. Does he look like he took an arrow to the knee? Just as a question.
No, but he looks like he's seen some shit.
Okay.
Or more to the point, it looks like, he's probably has a job which doesn't mean anything and has nothing else to do except drink.
Yep.
Has
Okay.
has Nevin seen anything like this before, as far as
The bridge keeper?
contagious zombies?
No.
Undead with
Like
white
he's
eyes.
saying that they were biting, and then the next one would be doing the same thing, and the white eyes. Does that description sound like what his experience has been?
Not with zombies.
But has he seen ghouls?
Has he seen anything similar?
There
Like
are
similar-
other undead that might be able
or
to
is
do that.
Any legends within his?
Yeah, I'll say that there are some kind of legends like that. They're pretty rare, but if it was something like that, those kind of things don't seem to pass from victim or from monster to victim quickly. It's more along the lines of the creature is slain and then rises sometime later.
Oh, these guys were still alive. They were just getting bitten and straight away going rabid.
Pretty quickly.
Oh,
This does not sound like anything I've heard of before, and I have seen much that would terrify you.
That's got a connection
Like-
to the server has been interrupted, but it's gone now.
So,
All
yeah.
good.
Okay, cool. That's
Uh,
why I stopped.
All right, thank you.
Are you sure this is what happened?
I told you I hid. I bolted the door. I drew the shutters, and I got underneath the table.
Did you see Lord Castellane? I heard that he was fighting against them.
He saw nothing. He cowered.
He saw them come across the bridge.
Your
Castleane's on the other side of the river. He doesn't come over this side.
Fair enough.
I didn't see him. Why?
Oh, I was just wondering. I'd heard he's
Isn't he
gone
the-
missing.
Isn't he in the keep? Doesn't he live in the keep?
yeah, which
No.
is down south in the
He
southeast.
lives in the manor. Number
Yeah.
7, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, number 7.
Yep. Right over here.
But maybe that's an exaggeration. Maybe he's just in the manor right now.
I don't know what happened with Castellane. Look, I sit in my room. I sit in my little house here, and I don't do much. The bridge taxes got abolished years ago.
You should talk to the dog. I think you will get more useful information from it.
What do we
That
want
dog.
to ask the dog? Maybe he has a better description of them. At least what they smell like. Rotting undead. Yes, I will cast Speak with Animal.
Okay, so you want to go speak to Cole's dog?
Yep.
All right,
I'll give him a bit of a snack beforehand. A
cool.
bit of dried meat.
It is a mangy mutt, if ever there was one. It looks like it probably hasn't been bathed for some time. It is, pretty well fed, however, but it's got matted fur and the like. So, what is it you're using? Your gnome ability, isn't it?
No, I'm actually casting Speak with Animal, the second level cleric spell.
Okay.
Or divine spell, yeah, cleric.
Cool. Speak with animal. Caster can comprehend and communicate with ordinary animals or giant versions of ordinary animals. Caster can ask questions of and receive answers from one particular kind of animal, although the spell doesn't make it any more friendly or cooperative than normal. The type of animal is decided when the spell is cast.
Doggos.
If the animal is friendly toward the caster, it may do some favor or service. Thankfully, it's not Craig casting the spell. Make a reaction check as you approach the dog.
Okay.
You can get a -1 modifier because you can converse with it
Mm-hmm.
as it bares its teeth.
I didn't do that right.
You got the slash after the R instead of before.
Yep. Better. Five.
Nice.
Okay, the dog still has its teeth bared, but kind of lowers the lips over most of it, so it's only showing a little bit of teeth now. It's not growling, but it's just now. I've got teeth, you don't. Not like mine.
Mm-hmm. Hey, buddy. He's a good dog. He's a good boy.
I am Shaggy.
Yeah.
Oh god, no.
So, I hear you were barking at those bad monsters that came across the bridge a while ago. Was that an exciting night? Did you have fun?
Oh, what's this? What roll? Who is our for referring to Vaughn? I don't. Boil and sweet. Okay. Roar. Not good. Not good.
Yeah, they were bad news. I see that they were biting people, and those people then started to bite other people. That's what your master was saying.
Roar.
Yeah.
Roar.
Did they smell particularly foul, or did they have claws as well?
No sequel.
Yeah, just biting.
Just bite.
Yeah, and their eyes were all white. Were they like glowing?
They fast. Very fast.
Like faster than a regular person is?
Yes. Move like me.
Move like you. They would go down onto all fours.
Yes.
And like hurl themselves across the ground.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Cool. But they seem to be able to be hurt by the other people, just with regular weapons. The guard stabbed them and they ran away?
I fell down.
Fell down. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's good. Was there blood like regular blood? Did it smell like regular blood, or did it smell foul or toxic? Nauseous? Dizzy?
Not nice.
Not nice.
Smell like cat.
Smell like cat. Just
Yep.
like cat, or like cat piss?
Yeah. Me no white cats.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. All right. Well, you've been a very good dog, very helpful.
Whoop.
He's a good boy. Do you want a belly rub?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give him a belly rub.
Cool.
All right.
Cole's standing
I
off
will
to the
relay
side.
that information.
Cole's standing off to the side, rubs his eyes. Oh, I need more of this. Goes and gets another jug.
Had
Then you'll sit down and start drinking again.
enough. Well, thank you, Cole. You've been most helpful.
He'll
It's,
nod. He'll nod very heavily, and almost seems to fall asleep as he does so.
Okay, so I'm going to describe to Nevin these undead or whatever type of creature they are with the white eyes, looking like a regular person but running on all fours, launching themselves very quickly at other people to bite them and turn those people, and also they seem to be hurt normally, but their blood smells bad in some way. Does that make you think of anything?
You can't pinpoint it. It doesn't sound too much like it. There are elements, and all of you have probably heard little bits and pieces here and there about undead, even though in the greater world they tend to be fairly rare. Not as rare where Nevin is from, but these don't sound like any undead that any of you have heard about. Clearly classifying them as a zombie is misleading at best.
Yeah, they don't sound like they were rotting at all.
But Nevin, you've heard tales of some undead monstrosities that can do similar things, but most of those, again, it's a slow burn, and those ones as well seem to be a lot tougher. That, it would take many men trying to put them down rather than, being able to be run through.
Mm.
Well, maybe Willowbird will have some better leads tonight.
Yeah, that's some interesting information. I think it'll be a good time to. Well, I think you're right. It's a good time to retire, and we can we can fill in all the other people about what we found out, and maybe go approach the Castellane man in the morning.
Sounds like a plan.
Cool. You can retire then down to Kylie Ollery's.
How was Conley Ollery's day?
What was that, sorry?
How was Conley Ollery's day?
Hang on a second. Henry is messaging me as well. Kindly Ollery's day. Yeah, it was reasonable. Yes, no, it's been quite the day indeed. Dredora is still here, wanting to speak to Sean, but Sean has been busy. So I told her to go away and not come back for some time. She acquiesced. Oh, you haven't met Dredora. And who is this behemoth that stands before me?
Good day. My name is Nevin.
Nice to meet
But
you.
everyone just calls him Note.
It is a noteworthy name.
It is.
Indeed. He holds out his hand to shake.
And kindly Ollery will extend his hand to grip it, to shake as well, and will probably grimace under Nevin's unfortunately strong grip. But but then it's nothing that he hasn't experienced with Hypatia and Jaquan.
When you're strong, you're strong.
The party now has 3 members of the party with the same strength.
Jeez. Okay.
Excellent.
Beefcakes.
Let's retire from adventuring and start beefcake.
I mean, it's nice when you roll good stats, so
Chippendales.
Mm.
Shiro will introduce himself to friendly Ollery in the divine tongue.
Kindly, perhaps?
Yes.
Friendly
in the divine language.
and kindly.
Yeah.
Yes, and kindly will extend the courtesy back. Any friend of Sean's friends, I guess, are friends of mine, and yes, you are all welcome to stay here. We'll make room. He looks Nevin up and down again. If you wish to stay here, good sir, then I think we might be able to accommodate your size.
Thank you.
How went the day yourselves?
Not bad. We were making inquiries. We want to find out what happened in the city. I think we made a little bit of progress.
Did any of the
Not with the
clerics?
keeps though.
Did
They
any
were
of the
quite
clerics?
unhelpful.
Yeah.
Did any of the faithful manage to help in the fighting?
It all happened pretty quickly and happened
Far away.
Yeah, reasonably far away. And at a time that we weren't really able to mobilize. Most of us aren't combatant people. We're not combatants. I am a man of peace. If I was to wade into combat, I'm sure I would only get in the way. Maybe from the other churches it's possible, but I don't know if they sent anyone out. Again, it happened at a time and a place, it was just probably a bit awkward. From my understanding, the garrison did quite well in stemming the situation, and others took up arms as well against the menace. It was over
Yeah.
fairly quickly.
Oh, that was good to know. Though it was scary. Though considering it was over, it was interesting to see there were that many casualties.
And that much damage done.
Were you? Did you? Were you? Did you treat any of the injured on that night?
No, a few were brought down. They had scratches, and one or two had wounds from swords or arrows. Most people don't see well in the dark, and in the panic, there was more than a few accidental injuries, and possibly even fatalities from our side, and some of them. But why? What is it that you're after? If you speak forthrightly, I can answer forthrightly as well. I have nothing to hide.
I believe what they're asking if there are any obvious bite marks.
And did anybody
you treated?
Bite marks. I don't recall seeing bite marks. There was a few bruises and some contusions, maybe scratches, weapon injuries, possibly, but I don't recall seeing any bite marks. But it's not.
Thanks for the flashback to Zombieland.
Yeah, I was more
No.
interested to find out if any,
Said nation.
if the power of the Eight had the ability to compel these foul abominations away.
It is possible, and if we did get into the combat, then perhaps we could have brought that power to bear. But I don't believe that anyone really did. There might have been some clerics, some priests, or others within the city walls not affiliated with any of these churches. There are small shrines around, and there are adventurers such as yourselves with no matter of small divine power. But I haven't heard. Again, I'm not a combatant. I have been trying to assuage the anxiety and the fear within the city. That is what I do.
And you're doing an excellent
Blessings
job
and
of it.
trials of the Eight. Sorry.
Yes, not everyone can be a fighter, just like not everybody can lead the path that you take.
Indeed. And a kind word does that. Sometimes a kind word does as far better than what a sword does.
Well, I'm sure in this world that we live in, there is a place for both. Though it would be good if the swords could be put down. But, alas, we live in the world we do. So, anyway, it is getting late. I will have supper brought to your room. You are welcome to eat with us if you wish, but you have probably had a long, tiring day and might wish to clean up beforehand. It's your choice.
Thank you for your offer.
I think we may shoot down with our comrades. We've not seen some of them all day.
At which point, there's a small boy, maybe about 8 or 9, who wanders into the monastery, because it's kind of like a little chapel in here as well. And he'll talk to someone and he'll point over towards your group. And you'll hear him say, "That's him! That's him!" And then you'll turn and you'll head out pretty quickly.
We were talking in a public place. Everyone could see everything.
What happened, Kruber?
Let's just say
exposure.
No, there was no exposure. That's a filthy lie. Let's just say I think we're going to be needing to earn some more money so we can buy an orphanage and turn out a couple of the students.
A whole orphanage just for that. Okay.
Adventurer buys orphanage, nothing weird there.
Yep.
Never.
You could have come with me, you dumb kid.
No, and we'll just turn to everyone and I have to go and get something. I will be back soon. And walks out.
Okay.
So we're making comments about me, but new guy sees a small kid and then goes, "I have to go and get something," and disappears. But I'm the one we're talking about.
Somehow I think he's got better things to do than terrorize small children. Apparently, you haven't. Apparently, you need to get a hobby, Kruber.
What do you do for a hobby, Linda?
Nothing that she can talk about.
Brood mostly.
She collects idiots.
Oh,
Why?
still
She's
not a
already got a
complete
complete set.
Fine collection.
yeah, fine collection, but not a complete set. More to come, I'm sure.
Look, I would say something like contemplate things beyond your comprehension, but in truth, I'm not as fancy or as well read as some others here. I like a simple life, and I like to do what I'm good at. And it seems that in the company,
So not grenades.
Indeed, not grenades. Although, if you're willing, Kruber, if you want to help me practice, that would be lovely.
I would. My life may depend on it, so I'm very happy to help your throwing skills improve.
Maybe look, if I could shoot it from a bow, that would be lovely. But
There are some slight issues that my intellect suggests might be problematic with that.
Cool. Okay, so you can either sup with the acolytes and the priests, or by yourself. It doesn't matter too much. The talk, if you do sup with the priests and acolytes, will be fairly small. You won't get much information out of them, other than what you have heard. And they generally want to just talk about general stuff, or talk about religion, because hey. But either way, you can rest this evening. They do get a cot sizable enough for Nevin, who will return about an hour after he departs with
a small child.
No,
with
a large mule, or a mule and a large dog.
A suspiciously large.
Oh, you've
fox.
got a dog?
I do.
Is it a boy?
He was guarding my mule.
Is it a boy?
The dog.
Yeah.
It is a male dog.
That's not bitchin', bro.
Very good.
And yes, you can rest for the evening. The morning will dawn. Minerva has departed before the crack of dawn to go do what she needs to do. Sean likewise. Siobhan is lying in bed saying weird things. She might be delirious. Who knows what's in that herbal tea? What do you wish to do this morning / this day? Or we can end it there, having introduced Nevin. It's getting just shy of midnight.
I think that's a good time to end it. I'm happy to do the
Yeah.
speak to Castellane next time,
Yep.
Cool.
Oh,
because who knows, that may take a lot longer than here.
sure. You
because
don't want to
we'll
buy
probably
that
actually-
cloak? Just saying.
We could talk. Well, I think we probably have enough time to do both tomorrow or today.
Okay.
Sure.
I mean, it'd be good if we had some sort of independent magic used to verify the utility of said items. But hey,
Like she can do that.
Where would we find one of those? You know,
Yeah.
definitely not in this room.
You need to find Caradwin. She could do it.
Yeah.
Is Lashinara coming back to town?
I
Vidrus
mean-
of the Void. He's a stand-up guy, according to Minerva.
Absolutely. Cool. All right. Well, we can finish it up there, and we will do the rest of it tomorrow. So we've introduced
Well, next time,
Shiro back. Yes, Shiro back into the group, and we've introduced Nevin on my roll of a 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I will update this, I guess, at some stage.
I might get you to witness some rolls before you go.
Sure.
Me too, actually.
Cool. All right. Well, I shall stop the recording then, and that was pretty cool. Thank you. Oh, before we do, and go away, you input switch notification. MVPs, can you please whisper them to me?
I'm going to send it on Messenger.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Fine. If people want to send it on
Worth it.
Messenger, fine.
Every time.
It just means whoever sends it on Messenger can never be the recipient of an MVP award.
They're
Okay.
just not going to win that tiebreaker.
Yeah, I won't tie break on your behalf. Worth it, he says.
Can I say, as I'm sad that your new character wasn't a gnome magic user who you named Mini Nerva?
Yeah.
So I still need Oz and Hypatia, Oz and
Yep.
Al, to send me MVP votes.
There you go.
Done.
So Nevin wins.
Nice.
Unsurprisingly.
Unsurprisingly. Happy birthday, Henry.
Thank you.
Good.
And Shiro is second. All right. So that said, Shiro, do you want? How am I going to do these cards? Because the
The
cards,
XPs.
because the cards,
Next week.
the cards are to the player, not to the character. Or I could just say the blessings.
I guess you make new characters.
No.
You'd
The-
have to create a new account.
You'd have to create a new account.
Right, yes,
Yep.
of course.
So what I might do then is that the blessings are just, because they're kind of ephemeral. They can just sit with the player and work across any of the characters that spirit at the virtual table in the sky can control. Okay, so
Wow.
that said, because it's going to be easier, Shiro wants XP or
Yep.
blessing.
XP.
Okay, done. All right, I shall stop the recording now. Thank you very much for the game.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks.